Hello everyone. Red Shikshan Sanstha's online learning program welcomes you all. Today we are going to see the next poem of 10th standard Kumar Bharti English textbook. The name of the poem is The Height of Ridiculous. It is written by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Let us see about the poet. Oliver Wendell Holmes, born on August 29, 1809 in Cambridge, US, and died on October 7, 1894, Cambridge. He was an American poet and humorist notable for his medical research and teaching, and as the author of the Breakfast Table series of essays. The poem is a very humorous poem. Let us see the explanation of the poem stanza-wise. I wrote some lines once on a time in wondrous merry mood, and thought as usual men would say they were exceeding good. They were so queer, so very queer, I laughed as I would die. Albeit in the general way, a sober man am I. I called my servant, and he came. How kind it was of him to mind a slender man like me, he of the mighty limb. Here, some words are there. The meaning of that word is ridiculous means too funny to believe. Merry means cheerful and lively. Exceeding means be greater in number or size than. Queer means strange or odd. Albeit means thought. Sober means clear-headed, serious. Slender means slim or lean. Let us see the explanation of these lines. The poet wrote some lines while he was in a happy mood. While reading them, he found them so funny that he thought that he would actually die of laughing. Even though by nature he was a sober man, the lines were so funny that he was sure that people would appreciate them. So here the poet had written some lines when he was in very happy mood. And that lines he had written was very funny. He thought that he might die because of laughing. Here hyperbole is used. By nature, this person was very sober. Sober means clear-headed or serious. But these lines were so funny that he thought the pupils will appreciate them. He called his servant, and his servant came there. Here also the contrast between the servant and the master is given. The poet, who is a master, is a slender or thin man, slim man. On the opposite side, the servant was very fat, or you can say very healthy man. Next, what happens? See. He took the paper, and I watched and saw him peep within. At the first line he read, his face was all upon the green. He read the next, the green grew broad and shot from ear to ear. He read the third, a chuckling noise I now began to hear. The fourth he broke into a roar. The fifth his waistband split. The sixth he burst 5 buttons off and trembled in a fit. Let us see the word meaning of these stanzas. Trifling jest means a small simple joke or no importance. Green means smile broadly. Chuckling means laugh quietly. Trembled means having fallen or collapsed. Here see the explanation. The poet's servant read the first line and he started grinning. As he continued reading, the grin grew broader and he started chuckling to himself. Chuckling means laughing quietly on himself by reading the lines. At the fourth line, he started roaring with laughter. He laughed so hard that his waistband split, and he burst 5 buttons when he read the fifth line. So, line wise, when he read the next lines, his smile becomes very large. First, it was as like a green border. Then he started chuckling. Then he started roaring with laughter, and he laughed so hard that his waistband split and the 5 buttons of his shirt got burst. He went into a laughing fit that seriously alarmed Holmes. He watched over him for 10 days and nights and never dared to write humorously again. Now, here, what happened with the servant by reading that lines is explained. At the end, when he read the sixth line, he trembled in a fit. That means because of laugh, he cannot control on himself and fall down. Let us see what happened next. 10 days and nights with sleepless eye, I watched that wretched man, and since I never dare to write, as funny as I can. Here, wretched means in a very unhappy or unfortunate state. There will be the devil to pay. The meaning of this is there will be a huge amount of trouble which the poet have to pay. Now see the explanation of these lines. When the poet wrote down these, he was sure that people would find them funny. He himself started laughing on reading them funny. He himself started laughing on these lines. But what happened with the servant is given in the next lines. He laughed so hard that he thought he would die. This is itself was ridiculous. But the poem laughed so hard that he burst a few buttons and split his waistband. He fell into a fit of laughter from which he recovered after 10 days. During this period, he worried Master kept an eye on him. Observing the effect of his humor, Holmes did not dare to write again. The effect of his funny lines on people reached the height of absurdity, and hence this poem is called The Heights of the Ridiculous. So here, the next 10 days, the poet has to take care of this wretched person. He worried that anything may happen with this servant, and that's why he kept his eye on him. And when after 10 days he thought, the narrator thought, if this effect of the humor is present, then he did not dare to write the kind of funny or happy lines again. So this effect of these funny lines on the people reached the height of absurdity, and that's why this poem is called The Heights of the Ridiculous. I hope you understood the poem. Thank you for watching.